Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we are checking out Ironlights, available on all VR platforms. Ironlights is a 1v1 melee combat game that was birthed from a successful Kickstarter that ended in April 2020. The game is available on the Oculus store for $22.99 and on Steam for $22.79 in Canadian dollars. Ironlights features a unique and dynamic combat system where you can only attack or defend at a time. Every time your weapon makes contact blocking or attacking, you must bring the weapon behind you to sort of reload. This mechanic helps keep things balanced by preventing things like hit spamming that is common in some melee VR games. To attack your opponent, you pull yourself towards them with the A button, then swing your weapon at them, trying to strike the body without being blocked by your opponent's weapon or shield. When defending, your opponent will pull toward you, and now you must defend against their attacks. All attacking actions consume energy, which is illustrated by the blue bar on the arena big screen. Your energy will slowly recharge over time, however between attacking and defending phases you have an opportunity to refill your energy faster by holding the A and X buttons at the same time, though this leaves you vulnerable as you will now take more damage for a short time. It is also risky to recharge because during this time ranged attacks can be performed. Range attacks are activated by holding the right trigger and performing an action. Each weapon has its own method of performing the ranged attack, like swinging or pointing. These ranged attacks can also be blocked by using your weapon or shield. A match ends when you or your opponent has had their health decreased to 0. Health is displayed as the red bar on the big screen. In Ironlights, the arena remains the same besides the accent colors and the time of day. Some battles will take place in daylight, while others will take place under the spotlights of the arena. Ironlights features a tournament-style single-player campaign, where you fight a series of matches to reach the top of the leaderboard. It's pretty bare bones, but it's good fun, and something to do if for some reason you haven't got an internet connection at the time. The meat of this game, however, is the multiplayer, as fighting a human opponent is much more intense and engaging than an AI can ever be. The up-close nature and the melee combat in this game allow you to study and learn from your opponent as you fight, so by the end of a match you can almost anticipate the sort of moves they're going to do and block them appropriately. And unfortunately, when fighting an AI, it's just not as interesting as an actual human player. The multiplayer matchmaking is regulated by a tier system, starting with Bronze 1 and going up from there. This system helps match you up with similarly skilled players. When starting either single player or multiplayer, you will be greeted by a class selection screen. Here you will choose to play as one of Ironlight's 5 completely unique weapon classes. First on the list we have a knight, a powerful warrior with a massive two-handed sword. Next we have the duelist, a flashy and nimble fighter with a swift, sharp sword. We have the monk, a master of martial arts wielding a fearsome staff. We have the ninja, a deadly, agile assassin with a blade in each hand. And last but not least, the crusader, a faithful shield for defense and a zealous flail for attack. All 5 of the weapon classes available play very differently from one another and have their own unique abilities. The customization options in Ironlights are pretty good. You can make your character look like many different armor styles, both from history and fantasy. Although honestly it does leave a little to be desired as the options are limited, though I was very pleased with the way my character turned out. Also, I'm sure more options will be added over time because this game is still very new. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is replays. After completing a match in Ironlights, you will be given the option to save a replay. Doing this will add the replay to your library. Here you can watch full match replays from a third-person perspective, and you can also control a camera that can capture from the angle you want. And with it you can save specific moments as a GIF or a high-quality video. After providing an email address, the links to these clips will be sent to you. This is a really nice feature if you want to save those moments that you just need to see again. After lots of play sessions in Ironlights, I've had a thoroughly fun and enjoyable experience. E. McNeil, the developer of this game, has done a fantastic job, and there really isn't anything to compare it to as it's carved out its own path in the VR space. I can't think of another 1v1 game like this, so the creativity behind this idea is highly commendable on its own. In my time spent with this game, I only have two very minor complaints. The first is that sometimes waiting for a match can take a little long. Some instances, I would wait a full minute or even 2 full minutes. This is partially resolved by the fact the game lets you play single player while waiting, but it would be nice if there was a training dummy or something interactive like that in the waiting room to pass the time. The second minor complaint I have is that there is no voice chat. I can see where the developer is coming from here, wanting to eliminate toxicity, and it's not really necessary in a game like this to have voice chat. It would just be nice to at least have the option for it. I was in a match, and my opponent was actually trying to teach me how to block effectively as a knight. This was really difficult to understand with only hand gestures and movements. It was only after then that I even realized voice chat wasn't possible, as I tried to figure out a way to talk to them. This was after many hours not even thinking about it, so really I feel the game doesn't need it, but as I said, it would be nice just to have the option for it. Those are my only two very minor complaints, and I feel they are shared by other players of this game too. In conclusion, Ironlights is a fantastic game, and if you like swordplay and melee combat, it's worth every penny. There really aren't any alternatives to this game. The gameplay is smooth and stable. I did not experience any bugs or glitches in my many hours of play, and the game actually got more fun the longer I played, as learning new techniques and defeating increasingly more difficult opponents had me engaged and enjoying myself the whole time. If this sounds like something you would enjoy, definitely check out Ironlights on the Oculus store or Steam. This game is really new and I'm sure we'll be receiving updates in the near future, making this already awesome game an even better one. The song that's been playing in the background throughout the video is performed by a friend of mine who goes by Sweezy on SoundCloud. I'm going to link him down in the description below, so if you like it, go check him out. Now before I wrap this up, I just want to thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video or anything else I've done on the channel, please consider liking and subscribing down below, and I'll catch you on the next one.